So Monday is about value bombs and raw documentation. So today we're going to dive into some simple truths about human psychology. And at the end of this, if you want this document, just comment or DM me psychology, and I'll make sure I get this over to you. I'm going to make this super short and simple. So some simple truths about human psychology. Putting these into effect will help you be able to scale your offer, reposition it to get more sales and actually get people to bite the hook, right? Which is the main goal with marketing and understanding human psychology, so people will buy more from you, right? So, number one, people want to take the past. Number one, people want to take the path of least resistance. People hate taking the path of most resistance, right? So, everybody wants a reward, nobody wants to do the work. As a result, you never want to sell anything hard. So, rule number one of human psychology: easy sells, hard doesn't. Don't forget that, okay? Number two, people don't just want to take the easiest road, they also want the easy road to be the fastest road, right? So, if something is easy but takes a lot of time, human nature is just naturally turned off by it, okay? So, some examples: 5-minute abs, 72 hours of optimal ketosis, things of that nature, right? Fast sells. Number three, people not only want to take the easiest and fastest road, but they also want the road to do all or at least most of the work for them, right? So Alex Ramosi talks a lot about this when he breaks down the offer framework, right? This is just a little more in depth of the actual human psychology, right? So you have to position the road you're selling as being able to do all the work for the customer, okay? So this is why steroids, supplements, and skincare are extremely lucrative businesses, right? Because they can hammer in on these human psychologies. People want easy, people want fast, people don't want to do any of the work. So we've been able to take businesses from basically losing money to generating money overnight by making these couple simple changes, right? So, tweaking their product or service and positioning as a magic bullet is the main key there, okay? So, number four, you got people fear embarrassment more than they fear death, right? So, the number one regret of dying is: I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself instead of what others wanted. This clearly illustrates how much people really fear embarrassment, right? So, if your product or service saves people from embarrassment, you will forever be paid. Okay? So I'm really just hitting on the highlighted stuff here. Like I said, if you want this doc, make sure you comment or DM me psychology, and I'll get this over to you so you can read this in full. Okay? So if you sell something that saves people from feelings of embarrassment, you'll have customers for life. People will pay any price on earth to avoid embarrassment, even people who don't have a lot of money. Okay? So number five, people will pay more to avoid and minimize pain than they will to gain pleasure. Where there is pain, there are sales to be made. That is immensely true, right? If you want to make money quick and easy, then you need to sell products and offers that target pain. This will be the easiest way for you to crack into just making boatloads of money, right? Most people are busy selling pleasure goods, but it's best to avoid these type of offers when you're first starting out. Sell stuff that alleviates emotion and or physical pain, right? Here's a nice little hint. Emotional pain usually causes people more suffering than physical pain. So lean into that, okay? Number six, people are deeply insecure and will try to fix their insecurities, no matter how many times they've failed in the past. Insecurities cause embarrassments. That should be highlighted. But yeah, there's tons of money to be made in insecurity, embarrassment. Really lean into these human psychologies, right? And then number seven, people crave status more than they want money, right? So status is the reason you will never struggle to sell the only penthouse suite in the building, right? Status is the reason big brands are getting away with paying friends, $40K a year when the market rate is $80K for their jobs, because in exchange, they're letting them use, their high status name on their resume, right? like PwC on your resume looks better than, Florida Financial Advisors. Paying for the big brand name comes with status, right? So number 8, people have biological desires that are hardwired into their psyche and decision-making process. So below are the 8 made famous by the book Cashvertising, right? So number 1, you have survival, enjoyment of life, life extension. 2, you have enjoyment of food and beverages. 3, freedom from fear, pain, and anger. 4, sexual companionship. 5, comfortable living conditions. 6, to be superior, winning, keeping up with the Joneses. 7, care and protection of loved ones. 8, you have social approval, right? So the more biological desires your product and service taps into, the greater the likelihood it will sell. And this just remains true across anything you're selling. If you hammer in on these 8 points I just went over, you're guaranteed to make more money, straight up. So if you want this doc, like I said, comment below the word psychology, and I'll get this over to you.